Anyway, welcome back, right? Episode 8 of season 1, Ready to Love, Make a Move, okay? And yes, I'm doing Vlogmas, but not really, but kinda. So I am going to be uploading more videos during the month of December. And then some extra stuff. Y'all know I like to share a little bit or whatever. So I got some extra stuff that I'm going to be doing throughout this month. So anyway, we're not here for that. We are here for Ready to Love, Make a Move. Okay, and then this episode is episode 8, like I said. So last episode we had a slew of new blind dates, and then we had the Vern and Mizell situation. Now, sidebar, Mizell went on to Crystal XO's platform and he talked a good game, okay? But Mizell be lying. And I already knew that before Vern, said it or whatever, but he just got caught saying too many contradicting things. So I'm disappointed in the fact that he went onto the platform and just didn't keep it real and be like, I messed up, I'm human, or whatever. Like, I don't know. But it was not a good look, okay? Because Vern also went on Crystal XO Friday after the show, and it was good. So y'all make sure y'all go catch that. I might do a separate video on my thoughts about that because she said a lot in that interview. So Donald is back. I think we knew he was going to be back. I think I'm waiting to see one more little scene. They're going to get into it again at some point, and she's going to walk off from him. I remember seeing that in the beginning, so we'll see how it continues to go, because this episode we find out that he used to be married before, and Ashley is also just finding out. The marriage that he had lasted a year, and it was a long time ago when he was in his 20s. So Ashley, like I said, was kind of, feeling some kind of way about somebody beating her to the punch. But it ended up being a cute date. Then we see Tamika call Shareese because Shareese has no options right now, and so she's sending her on 2 new blind dates. So then we see Zadia go over Cameron's house, and in the way they set the scene up, she is saying that this is the first time that she's been to Cam's house. I didn't understand why she had to point out the first time. Like, I didn't understand that. But this is not her first time in his house. Girl, what y'all think? Do y'all think that was her first time in his house? Get in the comments below and let me know. So they're still having this conversation about whether he will be open to move to DC. Now, I did think the show was about the women moving to New Orleans, but clearly we already knew that was not going to be the case for the majority of the women, right? And so they're talking about it, and Cam actually says he could see himself visiting DC, but he has no plans for moving. He actually said something like, I can't see myself moving there. So it's probably a hard no. So then they show us one of Shareese's blind dates, and she's on a blind date with Nick. She saw Nick on day 1, but she didn't pick him. But they had a good date. It looked like they had chemistry. She fed him on the date. But I don't know, something was just off to me. But I mean, it looked like it was a good date. So then we see Vern, who's at Tabari's house, and they have dinner. And he remembered her saying that she likes long stem roses, so he bought her some roses. I guess this was him trying to create the romantic atmosphere that he was talking about. But on that date, they were talking about, long distance relationships, and he said he spends most of his time in Mississippi. And so Vern was like, she could see herself moving to New Orleans because she spends a lot of time in New Orleans, but she can't see herself moving to Mississippi. I watched Kamisha Review's panel today, and Stacey B actually knows Tabari, okay? And so she said that the place that he lives in Mississippi is only a short distance away from Texas. So in essence, what she was saying is it's not really a long distance relationship because it's not like it's that far. So I don't know about that, but that's what Vern was saying on this date. She was saying, oh, you're going to be in Mississippi a whole lot. I don't know about that. So then we see Cameron drop by unexpectedly to talk to Zadia, right? Now, when he drops by, he's like, I didn't expect to meet you. And he proceeds to tell her how busy he is and how he has a lot going on. And I just kind of got the feeling that he really was trying to make her make a decision on what they were doing. And so he was trying to give her the control over it, right? And so she was like, do you want me to let you go? So she threw it right back to him. And I will say that when people are having these conversations, male and female, like if people are having these conversations, they're just probably trying to be nice. and they just don't know how to be the right. I don't know. I just got the feeling that he was trying to be nice and he didn't know what to say. Like, a lot of guys do not know how to communicate these difficult topics. And in their mind, if they just kind of try to be nice, then they won't get the wrath of the woman or whatever. And then who knows what happened in the future. You know, they don't want to be looked at as the bad guy or whatever. And if you make the decision, then it's, you know, on their conscience, it could be on you and not on them. And that's kind of the vibe that I was getting from Cameron. Like, you know, he was saying a lot, but he wasn't really saying nothing. He wasn't trying to make a decision. He was just, you know, and then it was just, then let's not forget, this is a show, right? So, like, he said that she could part ways if she wanted to due to his schedule. And then he mentioned that she was being courted by other men. Like, okay, I do know that the men are saying that they were not told exactly what the premise of the show was, and they were under the impression that it was the regular Ready to Love. Even if it was the regular Ready to Love, other men would be trying to court a person. So I didn't get that part or whatever, but I just felt like Cameron wasn't really communicating what he came there to say. It just kind of, you know, it just kind of just came off as he was just trying to get her to make a decision. That's just how I felt about it. So then the ladies meet back with Tamika, right? And they're all going over their dates and stuff. And Zadia filled Tamika in on Cam. And so I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think Zadia and Cam slept together? Because everybody is assuming that. But I heard her say on her Instagram that she was celibate for a while, okay? I don't know if she broke it since then, but the last time I saw her talking on her Instagram, she said she was celibate. Now, she could be just saying that, but what y'all think? What y'all think? And Shareese goes over her blind dates, and she really likes Nick. I think. It looked like it, I guess. So then Tamika tells them that it's time for them to make a decision, and she is going to invite all of the keepers over, and she's also inviting both of Shareese's blind dates. So they show Ashley talking about the fact that Donald's been married before. She feels some kind of way about it. I really do think that out of all of the men that have been on here, that she has a better chance with Donald. So, like, they show Ashley talking to Donald, and she brought that up again. And I mean, everybody, especially at this age, is going to have a past. So I can see if he said he just got divorced 6 months ago or something like that. Like, you know, I don't think that's anything to worry about. I mean, there probably is something interesting behind it, because he said that he hasn't been in any healthy relationships. So he probably got some good ass stories, okay? But that's neither here nor there. I think that's a non-issue. I think they probably got other things that they need to go on and continue to explore about each other. Instead of getting stuck on that. So she did keep Donald. And then they had a kiss, a little peck joint. And then Ashley had a cutaway scene talking about she felt like she was in 6th grade. So Ashley ass was kissing in 6th grade. Vern keeps Tabari. Shareese is stressed the hell out, okay? She pulls the girls to the side and she's like, help me. I do not know which one to pick, okay? One has good conversation. The other one, I like how he looks. Pretty much that's what I got out of what I've seen on the TV, right? So she likes Will's conversation, and she's saying that apparently Nick is giving Maurice vibes. She seemed to be still confused when they showed the end of the conversation, so I don't know if the conversation with the girls helped her or not. So Will, who looks like Wale, comes to find Shareese, and when he enters the room, he says, hey, Pooh, But anyway, he called her Pooh, whatever. She might like it. Now, for some reason, he gives me like Michael Ealy vibes on like The Perfect Man, whatever that movie was, The Perfect Man. He gives me Michael Ealy vibes as far as the energy he was carrying on in that movie. But that's neither here nor there. He did have some nice locks though, but I didn't really see them together. I see her with Nick before I see her with him, but I don't know if she really liked either one of them anyway. She just might like them more than the options that were presented before. But she was flirting with Nick, saying stuff about his six-pack, but then I even wondered, did they tell her to say that? You know what I mean? So she ends up sending Will home, and then she tells Nick that she needs him to be more verbal. So we'll see how he steps that up. So then we see Zadia and Cam talk again, and Zadia keeps Cam, but I really feel like it's a little bit of she's not picking up what he's putting down. He's trying to be nice and not cut the shit off like he should, and she's trying to be understanding. And we are seeing a different side of Zadia. Stacey B pointed that out on Kamisha panel today too. We are seeing a little different side of Zadia, okay? So then Tamika says for the next dates, they're going to be going on dates with somebody they may have overlooked. Like, oh God. I already told y'all who I don't want to come back. And the number one person on that list is Maurice. Mr. Maurice, no, but he is going to be back. But anyway, Vern gets to go on a date with Mizell. And it just did not go well. Vern had her professional energy on that day. She was not on first date energy. She was trying to get to the bottom of whatever the misunderstanding was, because it wasn't a misunderstanding. He was trying to be slick and he got caught. That's just it. Mizell, the less talking you do, the better, because the more you talk, the more it stands out that you try to be slick and you got caught. All right. So that was that on that. So Vern asked him if he was still interested in Shareese, and of course we get a goddamn cliffhanger again. Thanks, Om. Appreciate it. Love those. Now, next week, we see that Kirsten is Ashley's date, and I feel like she's gonna keep him. I feel like she's gonna keep him. Like, I feel like she's gonna keep him. Lord, I feel like she's gonna keep him. But I will say this, Own is definitely with the shits, okay? I mean, they were supposed to have all of these men to choose from, but now we're doubling back on people that y'all know damn well needed to go when they went, okay? And Ashley says that he shows up with the roses, chocolate, and a handwritten note. Now, I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that. Who wrote that letter? Who wrote that letter? Kirsten ain't writing no damn letter. Whatever. I don't know. I just couldn't take it seriously because it is all on TV. You trying to... Yeah, you might be coming back for her, but you also might be coming back for the TV show, right? So, and Mr. Maurice, like I said before, is back. Then we see a little snippet of Ashley telling Donald that she hadn't heard from him all day. Another instance of him and his communication. Who knows how that is going to play out, because I'm pretty sure they left something out that's leading up to this event that they're at. Okay, so the confusing thing to me for these shows is that these shows are really experiments, because you're literally going to try to find love with people that somebody else has selected, right? Even though they have 25 men, the chances are you clicking with somebody are very slim, especially if you had nothing to do with, you know, the selection. It's not surprising that people don't walk away with relationships. It's not surprising that these things don't work out, because just think about it in terms of over the course of 30 days. If I was to line up 25 dudes from the course of 30 days that tried to talk to me, I mean, a great number of them, I was uninterested. So I could see how there's not many relationships on this show. I could see that. I don't know whether they need to holler at the people that do the ultimatum or the people that do like Married at First Sight, Love is Blind. I don't know, but they don't really have a successful track record of hooking people up. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with this show. Like, once it ends, is this going to be the only season of it? Are y'all going to change some things up? Is this going to be something? Because I just don't think that it's strong as Ready to Love, right? I just don't think it's strong. Like, bring on the second season of Dallas, okay? Ready to Love. Let's do that. Let's do that, okay? If you're a holiday movie person, get in the comments below and give me some suggestions. I'm your girl, Damita Joe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.